Well, hello, welcome or welcome back to the channel if you're new here. My name is Becky, and in today's video we are answering the age-old question, the question we answer often on this channel, and that is, my friends, what's for dinner? If you watched a recent vlog, I was gifted a knife block set. Some of them are dirty. Well, one of them. Yes, one of them. But I was gifted this nice knife block set, and I am using it in today's video, and I can already tell you there are knives in here that I like, and there are knives in here that I do not like, and these were gifted to me. However, like, I'm not sponsored by them. This is just my opinions. I just thought it'd be fun to share them with you guys because the company was really kind to reach out and share them with me. And I figured if you want to try them, go ahead. You can find them on Amazon. Super easy shipping process. However, let me tell you my favorites and my least favorites because I've already filmed a lot of this video and you'll understand why I don't like some of them by the end of this video. Okay? This is probably my favorite. I use it a lot. I like just the regular little knives that come here. Slice an apple for my apple peanut butter and chocolate. Like, it's so smooth, it's awesome. Me and this knife, we have beef. Am I ever gonna use this knife again? Probably not. So, stick around to see why. And let's just jump right in because I have some really fun recipes for you guys for this video. I hope that you enjoy them. If you do, please make sure you subscribe and hang out for more. And let's just get started. All right, my friends, welcome to the very first recipe of this What's for Dinner. And let me tell you, if you're gonna make any recipe from this video, please make this soup. I am making, in this episode, I'm making potato soup for dinner tonight, and holy cow, was it good. I often stray away from making potato soup because of like the amount of like canned soups that you have to put into the recipe, but I found one that you don't have to, and it's still got that like nice thick flavor. However, we did put a whole stick of butter and lots of cheese, and it is potatoes, so you know, you win some, you lose some. So pick your battles. I know what's in butter. It's butter, right? So I melted a whole stick of butter with my onions, and then I'm making a roux with some flour, and I'm slowly, this is a very important part of this recipe, okay? Like, I'm usually really impatient, but add your broth really slowly and take your time mixing it in. That is really going to help your soup not get super like chunky, which is really important. I'm adding a bunch of different spices in this, as I always do, a little bit of bacon bits. And then what I like to do is I like to mush my potatoes just a little bit, not entirely. That way the soup can get nice and thick, but also have a little bit of hardiness to it. Oh my gosh, you guys, this potato soup, the best thing I probably made all week. It was absolutely so good, and I really didn't even need the cheese on top, but I had already shredded it. So if you're going to make anything, make this one. All right, meal number 2 was a butternut squash sausage pasta situation. This is where we messed up. Okay, first of all, butternut squash, hard to chop. Okay, I switched to this knife, which you will see I should have stuck with that knife because I was like, man, it's really hard to cut with this long knife. Let me scoot to this smaller knife because I'm more comfortable. But then I was like, nah, maybe I should scoot back to the larger knife. Mistake. It's coming in a second. Please turn away if you are squeamish. Here is the moment. Girl, I can't even look at it. I left it in, but that's crazy sauce. Ah! I cut myself so bad. So now here's Garrett on the chopping duties. He helped me finish dinner. Shout out to him. I was like filming, I set it up, and then I like seasoned everything while he was chopping. There's my little thumb. He doctored me up. So basically all I did was I roasted the sweet potatoes in the oven with lots of seasoning on them, and I couldn't mix because of my thumb, so I used my little spatula. And then we got started using the chopped onions that Garrett made. Shout out Garrett, chopping them so finely. Added some hefty amount of garlic, and we added some kielbasa sausage. And then we did, what else did we put in here? Orzo. We did more seasoning. Yes, season to your heart's content. There's Becky showing you guys all the seasoning. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna add some orzo to this, and I believe chicken broth, and you're gonna let it simmer until the pasta cooks through, okay? And then we're gonna add beans. I don't know necessarily if you need the beans, but they did add a nice like hardiness to the recipe. And then we threw in our sweet potatoes, and I touched a hot like Dutch oven, so I was really on fire this night. So here's dinner. Was it worth cutting my finger? No. But was it good? Yes. Hey party people, tonight's dinner is totally new to me and inspired completely from these noodles that my parents gave my husband and I. Also, Thumb is doing better. If you were squeamish, please look away because I'm about to show it. Okay. So Thumb is doing better. It just kind of looks like a regular cut now. We won't even really focus on my thumb. But yes, so this is what we're making. We're making like a stir fry situation. And here's chicken thawing out. This will be new to me. So we're gonna see how this goes. And when I say our chicken's thawing out, I mean it's still mostly frozen. So, in case you're wondering. But I'm just gonna mix in some cornstarch into this. One of the recipes calls for white pepper. I don't have any white pepper, so I didn't do that. But if you have white pepper, go right ahead. While we're prepping our veggies, I am gonna go ahead and get the chicken started over here because they're still a little frozen. So we're gonna start them so they'll cook through. I'm going to let these soak, it says, for at least 7 minutes. So we're gonna toss them in. Like that, and we're just gonna let those soak. Salt and pepper. Okay, I'm gonna add garlic to this. Healthy scoop of garlic into these veggies. That's a lot. They're gonna need time to cook down. Alright, we're gonna mix together the sauce really quick. This is the last of the soy sauce I have. I should have bought more, but I did not, so I'm just gonna use all of that. We're also gonna use some sesame seed oil. Gonna use some oyster sauce. Last but not least, we're gonna squeeze in some ginger. I've made a well. You could do this totally separate, but who would I be if I didn't just want to do one? Also, I can't even break that correctly because of my thumb. Okay, so mix that egg in. Our chicken, which looks really strange. I don't think I would do the cornstarch if I did this again. I did 2 packages of noodles. I probably could have done more, but I did not, so there you go. This is the sauce. I added some chicken broth to make it stretch a little bit further because we have quite a lot of stir fry here and not a lot of sauce, so. All right, so for our last meal, this is kind of like a use it up meal. It's a sheet pan meal, and the recipe that I'm using calls for mustard. I do not have mustard, don't know why, or like any type of mustard, but I did have Chick-fil-A sauce, so I substituted the Chick-fil-A sauce into the dish, and then you'll see later I added a little extra seasoning and with some balsamic to make it like less sweet. But basically all I'm doing is chopping up my veggies. I wanted to use up the veggies that I had, so I went ahead and threw my carrots and my potatoes into the oven with some seasoning on them and let them roast in the oven because those are, you know, more hearty and they take longer than the other veggies. And again, afraid to mix with my thumb, so I'm throwing those in with my little Christmas spatula. So then I started on the rest of the veggies, started chopping those up, and my sausage as well. I love adding like kielbasa sausage to recipes. It's so flavorful and so delicious. So then basically what I'm doing is I am going to throw all of this over onto the sheet pan as well with the same seasonings, and then I'm going to create my sauce. This is where we did a little substituting. So I replaced the Chick-fil-A sauce. I used Chick-fil-A sauce instead of mustard, and I knew I wanted to kick up the heat a little bit because Chick-fil-A sauce is a sweeter sauce. And so I didn't add any extra salt, by the way. I just added pepper, and then I added some Creole seasoning and some honey, and I was like, okay, let me add some balsamic because that may balance the flavor of the Chick-fil-A sauce and the honey more. And I will say, very, very good. It was a good combination of flavors, and it had like a good acidity, sweetness. It was good stuff. So if you're gonna have to substitute with something sweet, just be a little flexible with your flavors, like I always say. And if I had to make this one again, I would use like a baking tin, like a sheet. I don't even know what those are called, but like with the raised sides, because it was hard to get everything in there. And then I just threw the sauce in, and then I threw it back into the oven for a few minutes on broil, so everything would get nice and like crispy and delicious. And this meal was really easy and super good. Honestly, the leftovers slapped too the next day at work. They were really, really good. Highly recommend this as well. Hello. Thanks for watching this video. If you would like a thumb update, here she is. You can kind of tell it's getting better. It's like kind of healing. I'll do a different view of it in a second and put it in an overlay. She's getting better. It still feels really, really funky, but it's healing. But when I'm like scrolling on my phone, so weird. I'm like not using my left hand at all right now. Like the nerves in my left thumb, crazy. It's so funny because I was telling my husband like, oh, of course I cut my thumb. For the first time ever, I've never, ever, ever cut my finger on a knife before, ever. I've used large knives, but I've never used long knives, if that makes sense. So my brain body connection there, off, so off. It's horrible, but shout out to my husband for finishing the meal for us that night and being willing to be filmed. So, and helping me and bandaging me up and making sure I was a-okay. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the meals I have shared with you guys today. And if you enjoyed them, please make sure you subscribe and hang out below. And I will see you guys in the next video so super soon. And I appreciate all of you. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, or whenever you're watching this video. Okay, bye.